right here is basically the height, 3 inches.
And Ramiro Robles, he said the exact same thing happened to him.
Ooh, good right hand, right off the bat by Magsayo.
Nice left hook there by Magsayo. Mark Magsayo with a knockout percentage of 73%, but he is giving up 3 inches to Hermosillo. Ray Flores, Joe Goose, and Jordan Plant.
He is, but he's got quick hands, doesn't he?
By Magsayo.
He's got quick hands, doesn't he? But look at this.
Absolutely, but back comes Hermosillo. Hermosillo, since he was 13, has been calling Victorville, California his home. There's a straight left by Hermosillo.
And Hermosillo, obviously, he's go to that liver with that left hand, okay? He's a southpaw. His strong hand is his left hand, and he's going to try to hit that body a lot with that left hand, the body of Hermosillo. So, and there's that right hook by Hermosillo, and it's going to something I'm going to talk about in the keys to victory.
There's a straight right that backed up Hermosillo. 2 big right hands clobbering Hermosillo.
Man, is this kid quick, Magsayo, isn't he?
He is very fluid and fast, but back comes.
A little bit wide. He was wasting punches. None of that here. He looks sharper, crisper. You see that little left hook he tried to drop in over that right hand of Hermosillo? I like what I see right now.
Well, you mentioned about how wild Magsayo has been in the past 4 years ago. Big right hand that backed up Hermosillo. He clocked him. He had him rocked.
Boy, if he hits him again with something sharp like that,
could be lights out.
Fast.
25 years old from the Philippines, but back comes Hermosillo. Magsayo. What force behind that right hand, Joe?
Well, see, look, Magsayo went to the chin when he's going to the body with the liver shots from his left-hand side. And then when he's close, he's got to hit the body hard, but he's got to protect himself.
Well, for Mark Magsayo, he's hoping to follow in the footsteps of his idol, Manny Pacquiao, and become a world champion. Pacquiao took a liking to Magsayo and feels that he can be a...
And right past the left hand that Hermosillo threw in there. Luckily, he pulled his head out just in time. But, man, he's really looking to counter, and he's quick with his counters, Magsayo. See, there's the body work I was talking about. When you get in close, you got to do some damage because he got hurt by Chris Avilos. Magsayo did to the body and got dropped by him.
He was dropped in the 3rd round.
That's right. So, he can't be hurt himself. And look, you saw Magsayo. He just kind of pointed down to his trunks like that left hand was low, which it wasn't. It was a good straight body shot by Hermosillo right in the belly.
Blistering hand speed. That right continues to hammer away upon Hermosillo. But back comes the 20.
Oh, good left hand by
Hermosillo. As you pointed out, Joe, against Magsayo, he's been on the deck just once against Chris Avalos, but he would go back to finish him off in the 6th round. That was in the Philippines in front of nearly 30,000.
That's right. It was a tremendous comeback. Because look, it looked like he got tired after the 2nd round in that fight, which shows his heart and determination.
When Magsayo's coming off of a 13-month layoff, he defeated Panyo Utak, who was a former world champion, on 2 of the 3 scorecards in that fight on August 31st of last year. It was a shutout, so Magsayo's certainly getting better and trying to crack and get closer to a world title shot.
Yeah, and the record for Uthak was like 53-6. I mean, he had a heck of a record.
Now, Rigoberto Hermosillo going at it. Joe, this has been a very entertaining matchup thus far.
It was a dangerous fight for both guys because both guys are really good. And let me tell you something. Magsayo is reacting to that straight left hand that Hermosillo's throwing right into his belly. Every time Hermosillo throws that straight left hand down there, and Jack may say some race about that, but it hit the belt line, so it was legal. He's reacting to it. I don't know if that's just a nervous thing he does. He drops his hands, Magsayo
felt that he started too early and didn't have enough left down the stretch. In the fight with Slavinsky, he felt that he started, too late, in his opinion.
Well, that might be true. I thought he came on later in the fight against Ramos, though. I mean, I thought that's what got him the split decision against Ramos. But look, right now, that experience is going to probably serve him well in this fight against a really, really tough guy in Magsayo. And there he is, a left hook as he jumped. Ooh, good straight right hand by Magsayo.
Just over the midway point of the 3rd round.
Saw that left hook. I hit the interrupt. We saw that. See, exactly what I was saying. Magsayo tried to time that hook just like that right there.
Good combination punching by Mark Magsayo. Well, Joe, I think it is so apropos that Magsayo jettisoned his old trainer, corrected myself. So, yes, Freddie Roach certainly knows what it's like to cultivate a young Filipino prospect and develop them into a world champion. There you see the 7-time Trainer of the Year Hall of Famer, Freddie Roach.
Yeah, and while we were discussing that, Hermosillo just pinned.
Limits of the third. Big right hand for Magsayo.
That is the biggest difference. And he just, his defense looks tighter. Just everything about him looks better. And he's also using his energy wisely, where he didn't in the fights that we saw earlier without Freddie.
Well, he was more reckless in his previous fights, and now he's a lot more disciplined and defensive-minded, but he still has his aggression.
Yeah, well, look, he's capable of boxing and pressing.
A couple big right hands that clocked Hermosillo. Back comes Hermosillo trying to close the...
Real tight defense against Magsayo because he's very accurate like that. He just hardly ever misses that right hand. But Hermosillo's got his hands real close and tight to his face. Now, if he puts that pressure on, he's got to do things like that.
There's a big right hook, and
Magsayo's the more flamboyant-looking guy in there, and he's got cat-like reflexes. And Hermosillo is just kind of a workman-like. Landed a good body shot. He worked a couple shots to the head.
Destination for Hermosillo, but they're answering back. With a right to the body was Magsayo.
That's right. Magsayo slipped inside the jab of Hermosillo and threw a right uppercut right.
Philippines and Mexico on display here this evening.
Well, without a doubt. I don't think we've seen the best of it yet. I think this is going to get very interesting. But Hermosillo's doing what he should be doing. When he gets in close, he's really around, so the head opens up for you.
We are nearing 30 seconds to go in this fourth round. A left to the body by Hermosillo. Well, he is workmanlike and tries to pressure you to every inch of the ring, Jeff.
Yeah, and he loves to use the left hand. I mean, he rarely uses the hook, Hermosillo, but, punch. That's where he feels comfortable. Oh, see, there's that left hook from
Magsayo. Back comes Hermosillo. Alexis Arguello would defeat Ray Boom Boom Mancini by 14th round TKO. But back here in Los Angeles, the 5th round, Mark Magsayo and Rigoberto Hermosillo.
And this is the reason why. It's hard to get a rhythm when you do your best work against pressure, and Magsayo doesn't think that he gels real well with southpaws, and so it's hard to get combinations off on southpaws. I've been through it with my fighters before, and that made twice here. But Hermosillo is a hard guy to dissuade. He's going to keep on coming.
He's definitely very tough and durable. He's going to make you work, and he realizes that this fight means everything. He had such a sense of urgency, did Hermosillo, talking with us during the fighter meetings.
Yeah, well, he also thought that, he should have won those 2 fights that he lost. I mean, why wouldn't he? But he's determined to win this fight. You can just tell by the way he's fighting.
For the undefeated featherweight contender from the Philippines.
It's a beautiful left hook, right hand to the body by Magsayo. Came in so a little damage on the inside. Instead of just long punches or mid-range punches, when he gets inside, he should use some chopping little right hands and short little uppercuts. They can do damage. They don't seem like they do a lot, but they do when you're getting hit by them. He could have been working.
There's a big right hand, another one that connected upon Hermosillo to this featherweight main event.
Yeah, well, here we go. Here's a little missed right hand, but he stepped in with the jab. That was an awkward effective. All right, here we go. Here's that, step back and then step back in. Then he made a nice little turn. It's kind of what I was talking about. When you get close to a guy, let your hands go. Don't hold on and waste that time.
Joe, can you talk to us about the importance of sometimes you have to show tough love?
Like I said, it was an exclamation point. I mean it. Let's do it. Let's start working. See, like right in there. See, now he's not holding on. And that's what I was talking about. That's what Freddie was just talking about. You got to use the opportunity wherever you are, inside or outside, to score.
And then also Freddie was telling him to keep your defense tight. I almost felt like Freddie felt that sometimes Magsayo can get a little bit lazy and drop his hands and his guard.
Well, he does it all the time. You can see him. He keeps, after he works a couple of punches, he goes down and he grabs his belt line with both hands. See, like right there.
Once that got going, he went back to the Philippines, returned in July to spend a full 3 months.
Magsayo, but, he does have to get busier. He is starting to look a little bit fatigued right now, Magsayo, which means that his punches may not be as effective.
Quite a bit of tenacity in Hermosillo.
Those hurt more than you might suspect. Again, it doesn't take much to hurt you to the body.
End of the 6th stanza. Big big right hook that connected for Magsayo. And a left hook to end the 6th, too.
Okay, there's a long, kind of sloppy left hand. But you see how that right hand is down from Hermosillo, and then Magsayo can do that well. And here's that right hand, boom. I mean, he's really accurate with that. Magsayo's down and grabs the shorts there. Here he slips under the right.
In rounds, do you think that the right hand might be hurt for Magsayo?
You know, he did kind of show it to the corner. I don't know if that was just another quirky thing he does, like, you know, grabbing his belt line. But, yeah, I noticed that too.
I'm very curious to see in the 7th round if Magsayo starts to throw the right hand or if it might be damaged.
Well, let me tell you something. Even if it's hurt, he'll throw it.
Very good question, but will he throw it with as much frequency is the question.
Whether it's, I think the question is, will he throw it with as much power? You know, he'll throw it when you have to.
7th round of this featherweight main event. Mark Magsayo from the Philippines, fighting here in the United States for the first time in 4 years. There's a straight left that found it.
They're strong guys. These are not weak punchers. They may not be one-punch knockout punchers in this particular fight, but let me tell you, they're landing some damaging punches right now. Both guys.
Certainly going to feel.
And Hermosillo's capable of doing that with that strong left hand. And of course, you heard his trainer telling him, you got to use movements.
There's a straight left that dipped Magsayo.
There was a right hand by Magsayo that was countered with a quick good point. This is a tough one.
A right hand that crashed into Hermosillo. Among his moments of brilliance in the 7th.
There's our right hand. Hermosillo slips.
As the corner of Hermosillo
there it is.
says, though.
Yeah, there's that slip and comeback counter right there. That was the last.
Joe, both men have sanctioning bodies, hoping to elevate his standing and remain perfect against Rigoberto Hermosillo. Hermosillo on the opposite side, looking to end his 2-fight losing streak. The left hook to the body by Magsayo. Joe, at this stage of the fight, what would you like to see out of both men? First with Magsayo.
Well, I think Magsayo is just, you know, I just think what Freddie told him was correct. Was, you know, you got to punch in combinations. You got to stay busier than the other guy, and do damage when you hit him. You know, you try to hurt the last few rounds you got. Without a doubt, make it clear that you're the winner of these rounds because you're probably behind right now. So you got to put complete pressure on, keep your hands busy, and try to, you know, put Magsayo down with something, or at least hurt him with something where it's obvious to the judges.
Joe, moments ago, Hermosillo just ate a lethal
liver shot with a little left uppercut to the belly. And, well, you know, Magsayo really reacted to it, but he's in such great shape, he's able to shake it off. You know, if you're in, you know, inferior shape, you're not going to be able to shake off those body shots that he's getting hit with. See right there. See, that's Magsayo being busy and close. That's what Freddie wanted. You know, he landed a couple punches, he turned, he moved out, angled up, and then got busy again. So that's stuff that wins you the rounds.
Magsayo started to really target the body in these past 45 seconds, Joe.
Yeah, look, Magsayo will hit anything that you give him. You give him the head or the body, he's gonna find it. He's got a variety of punches where I think Hermosillo really over depends on that left hand right there. See, that's 3 in a row right there with his left hand. Finally a hook. 4. So 4 left hands to 1 hook, 2 hooks. Now 1 that missed. Where Magsayo, look, he goes to the body. He's
been Mexico and the Philippines get together in boxing. It is no shortage of entertainment, and thus far that has been the case. Both men pushing each other in our main event. Outlanding Magsayo 48-28. When it comes to Magsayo, he has not landed more than 4 body shots in any round until the 8th, when he landed 9. So clearly, from a body punching standpoint, it favors the Mexican in Hermosillo.
Yeah, and look, I think that was that. Oh, good combo. See, and there we go. You got.
And that is not a knockdown.
No, he could have had he not bumped him. You see, Magsayo kind of bumped him a little bit.
A couple of right hands that spray Hermosillo by Magsayo.
Well, Magsayo's really, he must have gotten a big push from the corner from Freddie right now, because he came out blasting as if he needed to do this, and Freddie probably insisted on it. And man, he came out of the chute really fast, Magsayo, with some
4-0. past 8 rounds, so no stranger to fighting long stretches of fights. As Mark Magsayo, undefeated after 8 rounds. I mean, he's undefeated, period, but even more so, having the experience of going 10 and 12 rounds.
And right now, look, Magsayo is blending a little boxing with a little pressure. He's not getting hit, but he's landing all the damaging punches this round.
Halfway point of the ninth.
Ooh, you can hear
Vicious
the
left to the body. Oh my!
Somebody grunted in there. I don't know if it was Jack Reese, if it was Hermosillo, but let me tell you, that was a beautiful left hand that he threw in there.
Magsayo, though, to be undeterred as he looks for his opening. Magsayo making his debut with Freddie Roach as he was away from the ring for 16 months from November of 2017 to March of 2019 due to promotional issues, but that has all been rectified. Vicious left hook for Magsayo.
Boy, it's been all Magsayo this round. Let me tell you something. Not only has he been doing very well offensively, defensively, he's really used some good matrix, style movements to avoid punches from Hermosillo. So
Emotional issues, but that has all been rectified. Vicious left hook for Magsayo.
boy, it's been all Magsayo this round. Let me tell you something. Not only has he been doing very well offensively, defensively, he's really used some good matrix, style movements to avoid punches from Hermosillo. So, I give him a lot of.
There's a left uppercut by Magsayo, followed by a right. As he puts together more combinations, does the undefeated Filipino featherweight. But back comes Hermosillo. One more. Jack Reese.
Yeah, you're going to see they bang bodies here, if I'm not mistaken. Right there's a good left hook, and then see nice little rally again. But see, pulled away on this fight. Don't be an underachiever in this fight. Use all of your skills, use all the training, and let it all go right now. Why waste any of it?
Talk about motivation in between the 9th and the 10th from Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach. Just over the halfway point, a left hook.
Morgan, this is only his first fight with him. Let me just tell you something. He's going to be somebody to get in there and bang it out with him like this. But I think Freddie saw that he had him real hurt Hermosillo or do a lot of damage. I really don't think Freddie thinks he's behind.
Joe, you hear it thrown around in boxing. Can he kick it in? Moments of that in the 9th.
Well, I think Freddie's done that for the past 3-4 rounds. That's why, I think Magsayo pulled away on this fight. Him to, don't be an underachiever in this fight. Use all of your skills, use all the training, and let it all go right now. Why waste any of it?
Talk about motivation in between the 9th and the 10th from Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach. Just over the halfway point, a left hook.
Quick hands, powerful, can slip, can turn, can pivot. I like him.
Magsayo, a big right that momentarily at 126. For Hermosillo, I would love to see him again without a doubt.
Oh, yeah.
Vicious body punching between these two.
Too little, too late. We got 10 seconds here.
And that was a very entertaining Seal Go the Distance show. This one was entertainment without a doubt.
Oh, look, there was a lot of back and forth, and Hermosillo might have been a little busier, but he certainly wasn't as accurate and damaging as Magsayo was. So, you had a lot of stuff going on in this fight, but this was top shelf fighting right here by both guys.
Scores at 96-94 for your winner by split decision. And still undefeated, Mark Magnifico